Well, there's no doubt but that Jefferson Davis was far better qualified as commander-in-chief in time of war than Abraham Lincoln was. Jefferson Davis graduated from West Point. He spent the first 7 years after he graduated from West Point as a junior Army officer out in the Western Territories for the most part. Then came along, after 10 years as a planter in Mississippi, he was elected to Congress, but then came the Mexican War in 1846, and he formed a volunteer regiment of Mississippians, fought in the Mexican War, was a war hero. He was wounded at the Battle of Buena Vista, where his regiment was given credit for stopping the Mexican attack on one occasion during that battle. When he got out of the Army after the Mexican War, he served in Congress. He was a United States Senator. Then he became Secretary of War under Franklin Pierce for 4 years, and he's widely considered to have been one of the best Secretaries of War in American history, at least at that time. After Pierce's administration, he became a senator from Mississippi again. He chaired the Senate Military Affairs Committee. So here's somebody who had seen almost every side of military activity and administration. And one reason why he was chosen President of the Confederacy by the convention in Montgomery, Alabama, that created the Confederate States of America is that they anticipated the possibility of war and wanted the man who would be best qualified to be commander-in-chief in charge of this new and as yet very fragile experiment in an independent Confederacy. What about Abraham Lincoln? Well, he had served first as a part of the time as a private, but he was elected captain of a militia company in 1832 during the Black Hawk War. But his company, made up of people just like him who had no particular military background or experience, saw no action in that war. He served several terms in the state legislature of Illinois. He served one term in Congress in comparison with Jefferson Davis's 2 different terms in the Senate and 1 term in Congress. He even joked about his lack of military experience when he gave an anti-war speech. He was opposed to the Mexican War, the war that Jefferson Davis had come home from as a war hero, in which he said his military experience consisted of charges upon the wild onions and a good many bloody struggles with the mosquitoes. That was what Abraham Lincoln carried into the position as commander-in-chief in 1861. So if you were going to bet on which of these 2 men would be successful in that very difficult capacity of mobilizing a huge volunteer army, formulating a strategy for military victory and success, you'd have to bet on Jefferson Davis. The odds in his favor would have to have been at least 20 to 1.